Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a paper quill out of a piece of paper for use on your dodeck spinning wheel. And this way, when you're done, you can slide your cop right off and be able to fly from it. So what we do is we start out with a normal sheet of 8.5 by 11. We fold it in half longwise, or I guess this would be in half widthwise. And once we've got it in half, we tear it or cut it. I don't cut things, I always tear. I did origami for years and years and years, so I still tear paper. And then right here, if you just use the long side of one, you can kind of make a mark where you think would be square, and that's what you're wanting. You're wanting a half page cut to a square. And what this gives you is a piece of paper that's just about 8 inches all the way across from tip to tip, which is good for us because after you use a 12-inch dowel rod to make your spindle, after you have the inch behind the spindle pulley, and then you have like 3/4 of an inch in front of the spindle pulley that's held by the upper receiver, and then the spindle pulley is like a 1.5 inches wide. All you end up with is about this length with a little bit of tip out from that. And so what I do is I just fold in both corners so that when we roll we have a flat edge, and then I put tape on one side because this will be the side we end on, and that's it. I'm ready to wrap it around my spindle, and I'll show you how that looks. So what you want to do is maybe dab this corner just a bit with your tongue so that it'll kind of stick to the spindle a little bit. And then you will want to wrap it around like this, keeping it as tight as you can manage to begin with, but it doesn't have to be too tight, and I'll show you why in a minute. Then I turn the spindle pulley while letting this kind of wind itself on around the spindle. And that usually works pretty nice. Now, after you get it all the way wrapped on there, what you'll get is the tape will go ahead and wrap itself around and hold it tight. Now that you've got it on there, if you can see that, I can actually move it back a little bit. Now if I twist the spindle pulley while moving it back, it'll slide back easier even though it has grip. And so that'll do it. It'll hold like that while you're spinning. If you had made it a little too loose, what you can do is you can smash it, and then when you slide it back on, it has extremely good grip. I know that sounds crazy, but that will fix any loose paper quill that you have, and it will have good grip after that. So there you have it. You want to fold the paper in half, cut it, cut a square out of that remaining piece, and then you want to fold in both ends and wrap it around the spindle, holding pressure on it and turning the pulley to wrap it on with a piece of tape on the end. And that's all there is to it. When you're done, it just slides off with all the yarn on it, and you can put another one on and go at it. When you're done with these will actually go on your Lazy Susan or whatnot. I use a chopstick. I put a chopstick through the center of it because they are smaller than a 1/4 inch, so this will actually spin freely around it instead of the whatever stick you put it on having to turn. The stick can stay still, it can be rigid, and this will spin with the yarn coming off of it. So that's what I do. and it's that easy. It'll go on and come off pretty easy as well.